What's up, guys? So this video today we are doing quite a few things to my car, the 2013 Fiat Abarth. I got two new products, technically two, I guess we could do more. I got stoptech slotted rotors, front and back, and then I got Road Race Motorsport chassis braces for the front. These are pretty simple to install. We're going to do a whole install video on all of this today because we are getting ready to go to the track. At least I am, for the Socal Abarth Club track event. It's all Abarths on June 3rd, so we're getting my car pretty ready for it. We got to get these on. So these are going to stiffen up my front end a little bit. I guess it performs really good. And then obviously you got to have some slotted brakes because mine are pretty bad as well. I also have pads. So we're going to do everything down under, and then I do have another set of wheels and tires. I got Toyo Proxy R888Rs wrapped around Competizione, I believe that's how you pronounce it, sport tuning wheels. They kind of just look like a Scudiero wheel on a Ferrari. So I have another set of those that I'm going to be putting on over at the track so I can grip as good as I can. So let's go ahead and get started on installing this stuff. Alright, since we are doing the whole braking system, all four, just make sure you go ahead and chalk one of them so the car doesn't roll, since you gotta have the e-brake down. Alright, so just to get this out of the way, we're not gonna do like a full installation video and show you like in depth how to do this. We're kind of just showing you like the aftermath, like kind of skip through how we're doing it and then the performance and the gains in the end, and see if I could tell the difference between stoptech slotted rotors and just the stock Abarth rotors. So, I just pulled off my front rotor and went to go grab the new ones, and we noticed a small problem. One, they're not vented and they're way smaller. So the people I ordered them from, I'm not gonna say who, but the people I ordered them from, they gave me the wrong ones. So it's a little on them, and it's also a little on me for not checking before. But so this is just to show you, take your time and make sure you have the right stuff before you go on and start installing it. It'll save you time in the long run. But only the front runs are wrong. So we're gonna go ahead and install the rears, and then also go ahead and install the chassis braces. And then I'm gonna take these back and get those returned tonight, and I'll have the new rotors on Monday. So the video will be continued on Monday. And yeah, we'll go from there. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and uninstall the factory front chassis braces and install the new ones, and I'll show you the difference between the new ones and the old ones. Thank you. And let's go ahead and show you first a sound test. Dense. Not. Look at how thin these are. So I was told you can just bend these. I'm gonna make sure I have the right chassis braces before I go ahead and bend this, and then I'll show you after how thin these actually are, because I can't bend these ones. So let's put these on. So putting those on is pretty simple. It's just the two bolts. Take it off, put the new one on, screw them back in, and you're good to go. Okay, well, since we're not going to be doing the front rotors, I still want to put my chassis braces on. And that side I just had the wheel off already, so I put it on. But you don't actually need to take the wheel off or jack the car up. Just crank the wheel full lock, and you stick your arm in there, and you can take it right off, which I'm about to do. I just love caressing my car. Oh my god. Okay. Stock. Not stock. Okay, so a little heads up on these chassis braces, because I made the mistake of thinking I had the wrong one. Is the passenger side, there's a bend in the actual brace. The driver's side, the bend goes towards the back, so it's like pointing towards the rear of the car. And on the passenger side, the bend goes towards the front, so it looks like the arrow is pointing towards the front of the car. I made that mistake thinking I had the wrong one. Oh! No, let it roll down the thing. Bye! Okay, so we already got the front chassis braces on. Since we can't do the rotors, we're just gonna knock out these backs really quick and get them done. Same process as the front pretty much. Just get your caliper bolt, your caliper brace bolts off, pull your pads off, pull your rotor off. Set there. But while I'm down here, I'm just gonna show you my rear suspension setup while I can. So I have the Coney yellow shocks, only in the rear though. So those are adjustable. I think there's 3 settings for stiffness. So you just like push it up and you can twist them and it'll make them stiffer. The iBox Sportline lowering springs, and then the new bigger sway bar, and also the Sportline's in the front as well. Alright, well since we couldn't do anything with the rotors because the rears, we need a special tool. So I'm just going to do a little walk around of what I have and kind of why we're doing this, and just catch you up guys a little bit on everything I have on this car. So let's start out with the front lower part of the car. I have the Assetto Corsa style front lip. To put it on, it was kind of a pain, but after a little bit of fabrication, got it on. I love the look of it. It scrapes everywhere, and I hit it on everything, but it's totally worth it because I love the look of it. And I know it may just look like a aesthetic piece, the lip, but at high speeds, not that I speed or anything, but like freeway, I do feel a difference. Like I feel like the car is definitely like more planted in the front for sure, especially it being a front wheel drive car. It's kind of nice having that, but I do feel a difference. It's not just a looks thing. And coming up from the lip, we do have the Socal Concepts front mount intercooler. I needed to get this to get my Euro Compulsion tune phase 2. I had to get a front mount intercooler. That's great because I did get the phase 2 tune, so instead of 160 I'm pushing 235 horsepower. And with the phase 2 tune, you'll see in another video what I get to do with it. But yeah, Socal Concepts, this is a great front mount intercooler. Really kind of an easy thing to install if you just want to take your time and do it with a friend. Then into the engine bay, along with Socal Concepts, I do have the turbo blanket. That's just made a difference with under the hood temps and everything like that, and being able to touch it if it's hot, in case I'm working in here and I just got off the road and I need to fix something. I don't have to worry about burning my hand on this. It keeps it cool. Front brace bar. That definitely keeps the car a little bit stiffer. If you get one of these, I'm letting you know now, they're not easy to put on. It's not just a direct fit. You gotta like, and then pull everything over. It's kind of a pain, but you do feel a difference with stiffness and how it performs on corners. Recommend getting that. I do have the also Socal Concepts ram air intake. Really just better flow, gives you fun noises. Hear the turbo. Better flow though. That's pretty cheap product, easy to install. And then just kind of aesthetic pieces, engine cover, oil cap. That's pretty much it, except for the fact that I do have a catless downpipe. It's under this, you can kind of see it. That's pretty easy to install as well. It's just kind of fun finagling it out of there. That also lets me get some fun phase 2 stuff, so keep your eye out for that video. And yeah, it makes the car way louder. You hear turbo noises, like just if you're cruising down like a little street and all you hear is and it's like, oh yeah, they know I'm just freaking boosted. It's sweet. Okay, so last time you saw, we were struggling with putting on my rotors since we got the wrong ones and we didn't have a tool for the back. So we went ahead and Trey took it to the shop where he works and he got them on. So everything's put back together, front and rear rotors. And then now going with the brakes, we're going to flush my whole brake fluid system to get all just fresh stuff and make the pedal feel better because it's a little squishy right now. And if you look on the side of my doors, I did get the numbers in. Wow, I got my numbers in from Socal Abarth Club for the track event, which is now in 6 days. So we're cutting it close on getting things done, but we're pretty much there. So since this is the reason why we're going to be flushing my brake system too, is it's not really clear, if you can tell. It does have a brownish tinge to it, so it's probably time to just go ahead and replace it now that we're here and we have the time. So we're gonna go ahead and start that.
So for a brake flush, pretty much to do it at home, or if you don't have like the proper tools to do it, you're gonna want to remove any of the old fluid that's in the master cylinder reservoir right here. We removed as much as we could. Most of it will be flushed through the system when we're pumping the brakes. But yeah, once you do that, you can use a turkey baster or any method of removing the old fluid. Just be careful not to spill it because it could damage paint. But right now we're just gonna put new fluid in the reservoir, and then in our case, the right rear is the farthest from the master cylinder. So you always want to start furthest from the master when you're doing a brake flush. That way it flushes all the contaminants for the farthest in the system, and then it works its way through to the master. So let's get to it.
Oh.
Drinking Arrowhead.
Damn Arrowhead.
So on these calipers, there's a little cap right back here. Pull that off. That's the nipple. So you're gonna put this hose on the end of the nipple. Ow. You're gonna put the hose on the end of the nipple right here, but you're gonna have the box wrench right there. So when you crack it open, it's not gonna let any air in. If you look how the system is set up, the hose goes down into the brake fluid right here. So that's gonna keep any air from flowing back into the system when you crack it open.
And we made that.
Yeah, just get a water bottle, freaking vacuum hose, and if you want to be fancy, put a little zip tie there to hold it, and you can live a dangle.
So basically the concept is you pump the pedal. I do about like 4 times, and then you hold it, and then always to make sure you're keeping an eye on your master cylinder or your master cylinder reservoir, just to make sure the fluid doesn't get too low because you don't want to run the system dry. But after I pump it 4 times and hold it, I'm gonna have Ben crack open that nipple that he was talking about, and then let all the old fluid flow into the bottle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. All right, Ben.
It's honestly pretty clean, dude. 1 second. Still holding?
Yep.
Closed.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Closed.
So now that we have this one done, we're pretty much done with pumping on this side. So we're gonna go from this side to this rear one, and then once we're finished with that one, we're gonna go to the front passenger wheel, and then the front driver after that, just so we're going in order from the furthest from the master to the closest.
So we just finished bleeding the brakes. Ben helped out, Trey helped out. So now that that's all done, the car is 100% ready for the track. So I'm just gonna do a little overview of everything we've already done. New rotors are on, pads are on. We got wheels and tires at my house, ready to get put on at the track. Chassis braces are on, oil change. So yeah, that's it. We're 100% ready for the track. And so stay tuned. Make sure to comment, subscribe, click the little bell if you want to get notifications for our videos. Ask all the questions you want, but the track video will come out in 6 days, so stay tuned for that one.